The Monday, January 25th, 2016 meeting of the Ayer Board of Health to order. Seeming as there's no sitting public, does anybody have any public input to contribute from their view of the world? No. Great. All right. Moving on, Bridget did submit a very short list of things that she's been working on. I did speak with her on the way here. She didn't have much in the way of new news on anything. There's a follow-up inspection report from the Oriental Market. They had fixed a couple of things that she had asked, ceiling and floor. She is working on just a trash complaint over on East Main Street. It's a dumpster that's overflowing.
East Main Street, I'm trying to think. I come down there every day.
Right.
I'm trying to think
it's a multi-family over there.
Okay.
Dumpster's overflowing.
Don't
She's
you
actually
know the
hoping to
number
reach
is?
out and talk to the owner. What's that?
Do you know what the number East Main is?
I come down there every day, by there a couple
54.
of times.
That's the, I believe it's the apartments.
Oh, okay, I know where.
So she's
Yeah.
just actually hoping to reach out and touch base with the owner. It might just
Yeah.
be a backup or delay, but if
Yeah.
she can't reach him, she's actually going to go ahead and
I know where you
issue a violation letter.
Got
So,
it.
So that was pretty much it. She had, like I said, just the follow-up inspection, the trash complaint. She's been working on just another housing order, so just follow up on it, gaining access and such. So nothing much in the way of that. No new news on any of the establishments that are going to open at some point. Nothing. All right. And as always, if we need her, we can always ask her to make her schedule available. But
Sure.
I don't see anything pressing right now, so.
Anything on, Madam Chair, the couple of meetings ago, she had complaints on two housing issues
Yeah, she had one at
on William Street.
Williams. Yep,
Yeah.
she's actually working on.
I think there was a heat issue there.
Regaining access.
Okay.
There's an email in the file. It's hard to follow it because out of context, but
That was in December,
yeah.
December 14th
She's
meeting.
had some communications with the landlord on it
Okay.
with respect to the tenant. She was going to follow up Bridget, because the communications she sent to the landlord, allegedly, he says he hasn't received any of them. So, but he did get the documents. So,
Okay.
and that was the only update I got on any outstanding housing complaint from her.
That goes back to the 14th. I was just
Yeah,
reviewing
yeah,
my
yeah,
notes to
yeah.
see.
So, a little back and forth with that one, it looks like.
Okay.
Just from reading this, the landlord alleging he's going to be evicting the tenant, back and forth, so they can get a little messy on occasion, so.
Well, the thing is, if there's lack of heat there,
Right.
whether
There's an issue.
whether
Whether
he's
there's a
having to
tenant
complain
or
with
not.
that
I agree.
tenant or not,
Yep.
the heat needs to be
That's
fixed.
correct.
It's the middle of winter.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
All right, moving on. There was a RAB meeting since last we met.
There was indeed
And were you
a RAB
able to
meeting.
attend?
I most
Great.
certainly was.
Thank you.
And I'm going to
Take a
pass this over to Jane.
All right.
That was the handout that she can post. It was mostly devoted to talking about AOC 50, which is the old airfield, and what's going on there. Some kind of good news over there that's sort of broken into these 5 areas. The original source where all of the material was being dumped, and then there's areas, 2 3, 4, and 5, and they get closer to the river, the Nashua River, as they go 2, 3, 4, and 5. So they started, this must have been after our last RAD meeting, they started using a slightly modified injection material. What they're doing is they're injecting stuff that creates this nice anaerobic environment for anaerobic bacteria to grow. And then I went up to Rich Doherty afterwards and said, I didn't really want to take everybody's time up with this, but he just explained to me exactly how these bacteria do it, and I got a fabulous explanation of how they convert this material. But essentially it seems like they keep stealing chlorine ions from the bad stuff. So the numbers are looking really good. They had several monitoring wells where, and this is now like broken into this area, origin, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5, not all the individual monitoring wells, but they had a couple of the areas that showed, actually they couldn't find any PCEs, no measurable PCEs in there. They found some others that were at or below the 5 ppb target limit. So it's working, it's getting where they want to go. They're going to do more injections primarily at the source area and at area 5, which were the two that, so kind of on the opposite ends of it. There's going to be a long-term monitoring and maintenance plan draft that's going to have the information from these injections. That has to go to EPA by April 15th, and that's going to have a good description of what they're currently doing. And that was kind of it for the airfield. It's actually really looking good. A lot of stuff has come out of there, and they're getting close to the levels where they need to be. Then we talked just a little bit about Shepley's and the pump and treat and how that is, it's still ongoing. They put in another micro filter, which has increased the amount of time that the pump is actually online by about 10%, because it lets fewer ions and crap through, so they don't have to shut it down quite as much to do the heavy cleanings. So that's kind of still doing its thing. That really wasn't a focus of this. That was more, kind of just a side conversation about Shepley's. Next RAB is April 14th at Devon's, and the EPA did ask me as Board of Health if we feel like, as far as Shepley's is concerned, the institutional controls are effective. And I said, yeah, we do, because we have not gotten any requests for well drilling there. We're not aware of anyone that has a well. There seems to be, at the public meetings that we've had, some pretty good public awareness of, as far as the residents down in that area are concerned. So I spoke in that respect for the board and said, yeah,
absolutely.
we're pretty convinced that it's working.
Sure.
And the Army said that they actually did like a cross-check in that affected area of addresses versus water bills to make sure that there really is water service. And they didn't find any discrepancies. Didn't find anybody who...
They have a few more resources
yes.
to do that kind of work. So good for them. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that actually makes me feel satisfied that they did in their own cross-checking that they weren't able to find some random privy. Well.
Yeah, exactly. So,
great.
I said we can't be absolutely certain that somebody doesn't have
like an old
well somewhere, but so far as we know, the word is out,
and we used to hear a lot.
Yeah.
We used to get calls from people all the time. And
Yeah, I actually feel like the problem is almost more misinformation with people thinking there's arsenic in the groundwater. when
Right.
it really kind of isn't, you know, it's, so, but that's probably better. Hyper awareness is probably better than lack of awareness, so. It was a good
Great.
meeting.
Thank you. How many people attend those meetings?
It's
Is it got good
usually-
representation?
Well, it's funny. I was talking to Laurie afterwards, and she was saying that it's really kind of too bad that there used to be more sort of general public. Now it's pretty much down to the people that are, you know, kind of stakeholders
Sure.
in it. You know, it's
EPA?
yeah,
Nice.
the EPA, the DEP people, Laurie, yeah, their consultant.
Sure, sure.
You know, the Army people,
You know.
Sovereign Engineering, and
Mhm.
they seem to frequently have, you know, either new people on certain parts of a project.
Sure.
And so, yeah, it's pretty much that. We had a lady who was a resident down in that area who came 2 meetings in a row. She was the same lady that contacted Jane because she was trying to research the information on our website, and I think couldn't access like some of the appendixes or something. So she came for 2. I didn't see her there. This one, or I
She
think
was
the
just
last
trying to
one,
get, I
so.
think, just all that.
Yeah, just kind of figure out
I know.
where
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
all is. Yeah.
Well, thank you for continuing to represent us. I'm
You are so
good to
welcome.
get that. What are the long-term plans out there for cleanup? I mean, is the airfield the last targeted area?
No, there's still some stuff that's kind of going on. There's, you know, there's Shepley's will go
Always,
on,
right,
you know, for
right,
a
right.
while. The airfield, there's some of the old like gas station
Oh, yeah, okay.
areas
Mhm.
that
All right, okay.
there's still some.
So they'll be out
stuff
there
that's-
for,
Yeah,
some
I
time.
anticipate it going on for a
Yeah.
while. In fact, they said the airfield, I believe they said, was the target for that was like a 24-year final resolution. So that would have been from the 94 original ROD. So that could go on for still a
Wow.
few more
Yep.
years.
it takes as long as it takes.
Yep,
Great.
sure
All
does.
right. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And if you can attend the April one, that would be great.
Most
Okay.
certainly.
All right. Let's move on. As you both know and so generously offered your time to represent the Board of Health tomorrow evening at the Planning Board, I made sure after our last meeting that Jane got you both a full copy of the proposed zoning bylaw.
Yes, thank you.
And got you both a hard copy, because wasn't gonna make much sense to have you print out 100 pages on your home printer. And so, thank you,
Yeah.
Jane.
Appreciate that.
And so what I thought we would do is just as a board, I mean, I didn't go through all 96 pages of it. I kind of pulled, and looked at a little bit of it, but I don't, I had sent Jeremy Callahan an email and I said I wasn't gonna be able to be there, but both other board members would be there and it would be posted. He had asked for comments or questions by last Friday, but I said, look, Jeremy,
Kidding
well,
me.
that's basically what I said was, look, I'd like my board to sit at the meeting and listen to the
Yeah.
presentation and have a chance to kind of digest the information. And if we have follow-up
Oh, I see.
comments, we'll document those and send them over to you.
That's,
So,
yeah, that's exactly
um,
what my.
And, because I mean, so, I don't know that, we don't really need to go through the entire document. I know, the reason why I even put it on was I had emailed Jeremy with Jane in tow, and Pam had said, oh, let's talk about it a little bit, just around something about the special permit granting authority. that they're
Yeah.
Looking to assume.
The one difference that I noticed here is, because I was really just looking at it, first pass from a Board of Health perspective,
Sure.
not a resident. And
Sure.
it looks to me like for the Aquifer Protection Overlay District, that they being CBA, Planning Board, would now be the primary special permit granting authority for the Aquifer Overlay District. And it says here in conjunction with Board of Health. So, Board of Health would still be, but we would not be the primary, which I assume means we don't have to do the hearings and, don't. So we would, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, we would turn into more of a a sign off on it, kind of the way some of the other departments sign off now.
I actually wanted, if one of you could raise your hand to that tomorrow night, because I
Sure.
think that was my primary concern.
But that is why the Board of Health a number of years ago came up with the health district regulations on
That's,
that.
and that was my follow-up on that, was we have a regulation which isn't a bylaw.
But there are regulations,
Right.
which
Right.
I think that bylaws can become very political.
Right.
It's whoever comes to that meeting, that town meeting, can say a yes or not. So regulations, we as an elected board can adopt, which we did, and I think we had to do it for that very reason that, you know, first of all, and Madam Chair, this is how I feel about this. We are an elected board,
Yep.
yes, but we also have access to help 40 hours a week, the Neshoba Associated Board of Health. Should anything come up, we can always get somebody there on an emergency. A zoning board is an appointed board that meets maybe once a month or so. We have a planning board that meets once a month. The members currently are all developers or I guess pretty much. We have no town planner who might have a specific knowledge of something. So I feel that we are the board that should answer to that. I think protecting the public drinking water certainly should come under the Board of Health.
And so it's actually a pretty good point, and that was the only thing that stood out for me here, and that we need to understand more is, from my understanding, it doesn't negate our regulation.
They can't.
Right. And so, because a regulation is not a bylaw, and we are the governing agency over the regulation. That being said, my follow-up on it is, if they want to assume special permit granting authority to issue a permit for work being done in the aquifer, is that something we can leverage in lieu of having 2 posted public hearings for one applicant? I don't know.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
See, and I believe, if I remember back when this first started, I believe in the Aquifer Protection District, the Board of Health was the special permit granting authority, and then a few months later, and like I say, politics are politics, as you found out, Pam.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yep.
That it changed and it became the planning board.
Right.
And later on, I think that is what the Board of Health then decided we need to have some control here, and the Board of Health, after many meetings and public hearings, adopted the health district regulations.
So I think that one that's if I were to call out anything in here, because I didn't read 100 pages of this
Yeah.
regulation,
You can be
but
forgiven for
I would
that.
kind of want to understand the special, in our regulation, just so we all understand each other, special permit granting authority under this regulation shall be the Board of Health.
Exactly.
So I don't believe one negates the other. And Jane, this is our reg, like, versus the zoning bylaw. I want to make sure that that gets reflected in the minutes. And so, so if we can make sure maybe to bring Pam or Mary a copy of our regulation tomorrow night, and perhaps if the consultant needs any follow-up discussion on it, she'd be given a copy of it.
Judy Barrett should have had that
That's-
because she's worked on a
Well,
lot of
and it's-
things with
and-
the
and-
planning board over
Right.
the years.
And Jeremy, when I emailed him, and I emailed him our response that we were coming. And he said, well, this is the same zoning bylaw that he had briefed everybody on in 2011 or so, whenever it was, but I wasn't up to par with the Board of Health in 2011, so I don't even know what comments, if any, were solicited back then.
Well, if I remember, it was on the desk out there in the clerk's office,
Yeah.
and it was like, this is what the change is. Well, if you don't have
What
the
the original is,
bylaw
right.
in front of
Yeah,
you,
right.
how can you
Yeah.
see the change?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much, and maybe
This
we'll
one's hard
find
to know
out.
too, because it's
Oh,
not
it
tracked.
is.
It's not
It is
tracked at
not
all.
tracked at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
And I think this is what's happened a lot of times when we've gone to town meeting and they've brought zoning up. There was no tracking to say, okay, here's the current law, here's the change, and this is why
Right.
people have
Sure.
tabled it.
Okay.
Because if you table it,
Right.
you can bring
Come
it
back
back.
again.
If it gets defeated, you can't bring it back for
Mm.
2 years.
Did you see anything else in it that I talked to Bridget about it a week ago. She had received a copy. I don't know if it was from you or from the town hall, but she didn't have any problem with the actual language in it. We had the same conversation about the permitting authority, though.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure
So
how.
we need to make sure that's clear and
If this goes
understood.
through, then does that?
It doesn't negate our
They
regulations.
can't negate our regulations.
Our regulations are
Right.
more restrictive than the bylaw.
But how can we have two,
Right.
our regulation and this
Have the
saying,
same
I'm
definition."
the SPGA?
Right.
No, I'm the
Well,
SPGA.
Did you give this to all the board members, Jane, the definition of special
Yes, I
permit?
did.
You got a copy of this?
Yeah, I gave it to Mary.
What is that?
This is a copy of Mass General
Oh,
Law,
yeah.
Chapter 40A, and it actually says special permit granting authority shall include Board of Selectmen, City Council, Board of Appeals,
Yes.
Planning Board, or zoning, by zoning ordinance bylaw for the issuance of special permits. But again, ours is a regulation,
Yeah,
so.
so I guess,
Can we vet that
But
out
if-
tomorrow night? Can
Yeah.
If
we
you
just make
look
it-
in there, when they list everything, it's the same list of things that we have in our regulations.
Right.
You know, if you're going to do
Right.
something in the Aquifer Protection District.
Yeah.
right, which means it's just as unintelligible as ours is.
Ours
as far as
isn't
I look at it.
unintelligible. No, when you list, I'm talking about when you list all
I know.
The restricted uses.
restriction uses. Ours,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's definitely.
Ours has got a
Fair.
few major flaws, like this thing of impervious surface and not defining impervious surface. And the more research I've done on that, because I live in the Aquifer District, so
That's right.
this affects me not only as a board, but as a resident. And the more civil engineers I talk to, the more I find that there is no standard definition of what is an impervious surface and what isn't. So,
They tried to put one in here.
now that,
Yeah, there is.
yeah,
one.
where is it in
It's
there?
on page 9.
So maybe,
Well, it just says impervious.
yeah,
Okay.
ours, you mean, right, just
No,
says
the bylaw one.
the bylaw.
Yeah.
The new one
That one,
on page 9?
page 9, under definitions.
Ah, okay. Maybe I need to go way back to the beginning. Impenetrable by surface. Impervious includes semi-pervious or semi-porous paving material. Ugh, I don't like that.
So,
Yeah.
I expect tomorrow night will be informative. It might breed more
Yeah.
questions by the time you're done. I just wanted to make sure we discussed that and we were all on the same page. That
Well,
was-
that's good. At least there's a definition.
Yeah.
That is good.
Okay.
I think when you try to put this much and follow it in front of somebody, it has all kinds of overlays. and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like all that. When you get into overlay to overlay, it it's confusing big government.
So my question for you, or maybe for Pam or for Mary, when you guys go tomorrow night, and thank you so much for going, because I'm head down after today.
Sure.
If there's any notes or any follow-ups or any comments that the two of you want to get together and kind of share with Jane to maybe prepare a memo as a follow-up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if there's anything that you both speak
Yeah.
to tomorrow night, I definitely want to make sure it gets documented back to the planning board.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
it
I
would be
gotcha.
documented at the meeting, but as a proper memo from the board, I think it would be
Yeah.
important, so.
Now, does, maybe Jane knows, is this going to be upstairs? Is she going to do a presentation?
It's gonna be, she's doing a presentation, but the plan is now, unless there's, so many people it won't hold, we're gonna have it in this room.
Well, that's very unfortunate in that there are no microphones for people in the room. So if somebody is at the table, as we are now, and is speaking this way and
Yeah.
speaking in a clear voice, you can hear.
Right.
If it's somebody that doesn't talk loud and is sitting at this table with her back to us,
Maybe
it's
that-
not very
Okay.
productive
Yeah.
for us. It's fine for people at home because
Right.
they're
Yeah.
listening that way.
So maybe,
Another thing I thought of, Pam, and I don't know if you picked it up when you read through this, but it discusses and everything refers to the building inspector. And of
I
course,
did
my
see
first thought was,
it's a part-time.
Exactly.
oh, the
Yeah.
two-day-a-week building inspector.
I think that's a formidable comment, by the way.
Yep.
In fact, I had it flagged that it puts everything to, now, is that how it currently reads?
Well, and that's a problem that we have had, and we had with the changes in the
Right.
things this fall, is that we're subjective in everything.
Right, right.
But here's my thought. I mean, municipal government is a business. It is not a for-profit. It's a service industry, and it's for the residents. The residents have, over the course of time in several town meetings, put the money in the budget for a full-time building inspector. And it was done because many businessmen in town said, look, I start a project, you get to a point, you have to have it inspected. You've got your people there. You have no building inspector. You can't keep your people there. They go off someplace else. It's costing us
Right.
money.
Yep.
This is true.
Various boards of selectmen have ignored the budget and the will of the people and have kept it part-time because the occupant liked it. It should never be the person holding the position. If we put the money in the budget and we say we want a full-time, then that's what should be done.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I would question enforcement too. I think that's a fair question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As another regulatory board, I mean, I think it's a fair comment.
Well, and now that we have an additional
Right.
nuisance,
Right. Just the
bylaw, I
scope
think
of
he
it.
has
And-
even more to do.
it's even worse because if you have something that needs inspected and that person is on vacation, then you have to hope that somebody can get a hold of whoever might be filling in from
Yeah.
another community.
Yep.
It makes no sense to me to keep putting all these new
Responsibility.
bylaws and responsibilities and you don't have the staff to do it.
All right.
So that's
I
my
agree.
thought on that.
Okay.
I agree.
Good. All right. Well, I will look forward to hearing back on that, and
It
for
should be
purposes of just future planning on that item. I mean, we meet again on February 8th. If there's any comments that are sent along and just have them included in the packet, we'll send it over before that meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I will be back. I'll just be away.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right. Okay. So I can email you. Mary and I can,
You can come up
You
with
know,
all the
conversation.
comments, right?
Yeah, I can send
Email
an
them to
email.
Jane and then
Yeah.
copy me, and not for deliberation, of course,
Yep.
because we don't want to do anything bad, but that's fine.
And
Yep.
we're posted, so it's
And we're
perfectly
posted.
all right for
Yep.
us
That's
to
by the way, I
discuss
trust,
tomorrow
I
night at the
actually believe
meeting.
that we are all in
Right,
lockstep on our general concerns, and of
Yeah.
course, if
I
anything
think
else during
so.
the presentation comes up, we know where we stand around aquifer protection. Pretty much, we're all in lockstep on that, so.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on to the minutes. I think we just have two sets of minutes One just required just an updated
it's-
approval.
Just one little thing, Jane, and it was just a slippo, and you can just put it in if you, on the ones that we corrected,
I have it.
on 1-4, if you just look where it says renewed a food, and it should be permit to GW Archer. So,
What line?
Okay,
See, right, could we just write it in?
yeah,
going to-
yeah, I am going.
Just go right there, please.
Oh, well, you know what? You did it on, it's correct here. It just wasn't on the ones you gave me, so that's fine.
And we're all set then?
Then we are set on that. And we had approved those anyway.
Yep, we
We
did.
just were making the correction.
Yep.
And so then, I would make a motion that we approve the minutes of January 11th.
Second?
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes of January 11th. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, so Pam, I'm gonna hand these to you for signature, and then you can hand them back to me, and I'll send them over to Mary. Do you need a pen?
Now it works. And that one.
I'll take them back.
Okay.
Put them right in your folder. Thank you. All right, just make a note on this. All righty then. We are moving right along.
Okay,
So
we got the motion for 111 minutes, but what
The other
about
ones
the
were
12?
approved at
We
the
had already
meeting
approved
beforehand.
them last time.
Yeah.
We approved them with
You
the
just signed them.
corrections.
Okay.
Just sign them. All right, let me look at the mail. So there wasn't really much in the mail, like it's not a big, it's a pretty slow news week here. Monitoring well completion report, mosquito control report, and just a property loss.
Monitoring well for what?
On Central Avenue, 85 to 87 Central Avenue, there are some monitoring wells that were put in. I don't know why. What's over at 85 Central?
485 Central. Was that, who put it in for what?
Is that past Groton Harvard Road or?
It's an engineering company that put them in.
But I'm trying to think what property down there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too.
Is that around the utilities somewhere down there?
On Central?
What does it,
It's for a company called Soil Exploration Company. Monitoring wells can be put in for a couple of reasons, by the way. Obviously, to pull water to test for any contamination, but also to test for groundwater levels over the course of a season to see where they are. And so, let me look on my phone and look on the map.
I'm just curious.
It's so quiet in here.
I know.
It is on the corner by my house. It's on the corner of Groton Harvard Road and Central.
so it's not the gym.
No, it's across the street. It looks like
It's the, used to be a tire place, maybe
Oh,
still
you know
is a
what?
tire place.
No, it actually doesn't look like it's on that side. Do you know what I mean? But it could be,
Huh.
it could be 85 Central. It looks to be,
Well, that's on the right-hand side going down.
oh yeah, so, let me show you.
Isn't it?
It's almost right before the gym on Central, coming down toward my house.
The old cold
The Neshoba
storage?
Valley Express, it looks like, is there storage and stuff over
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
So-
the old cold storage.
yeah,
Oh,
all right.
there? So,
Okay. Yeah.
that was the exciting world of Board of Health mail. I have just a simple follow-up question under miscellaneous. I see that you did your homework, Mary, on your signature page there.
Yes, I did.
I gave you a thing to sign. It's due today. So you know what you can do? One of two things. If you have it with you and you want to sign it, you could hand it to Jane.
Bring it back.
It just has to go into Carly, well, the town administrator's office.
Okay, so what I did was, I made a copy of that because I figured wherever it has to
That's
go.
fine.
And then, we're gonna just keep these in a folder. I don't need to keep any more
Yeah,
stuff
I
at
sent mine
home.
electronically to Carly.
No.
No.
What?
You do not need to keep a copy of that, unless you want to.
No, I'm asking you to just put it in a
Keep a
folder
copy.
upstairs.
Keep a copy
Put this
upstairs.
upstairs.
That
so
way, we have a record if it ever goes.
That way, if I
That's
need
fine.
to, I wanna look at
I'll
it,
put it
I
in the-
can if
I
you
meant
just.
to bring it,
So-
and I did not.
And then this one, I made the copy you can turn in. I didn't
Yeah,
wanna.
I turned mine
But I
in too.
can send it electronically.
You can send it to Carly electronically.
Awesome. I'll do
Because I
that.
sent it to her electronically because I completely forgot about it.
Oh, I'll do that, and I'll just
Yeah.
CC you, Jane,
Perfect.
so you have it somewhere.
And I've signed mine.
Oh, great, good. The other question was, have you had a chance to start to go through that file cabinet to see what's in there? I
Yes.
wanted a catalog of it. Have you started to write them down?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Oh,
have.
that's a
All right.
scary.
Yeah, I'm not in
place.
any, I don't have any timetable on it whatsoever.
Well, it's, I have not gotten.
That's
very
okay.
far.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to check, I don't want it to take up a lot of your time. It's kind of one of those
It's going to
things
be
that if
time
you,
consuming.
but if you have, you know, an hour every week to go look at some of them, it's not a priority for me,
Okay.
you know, it's
Well, I
a,
started, just so you know, I started with the large file cabinet on the left.
the one with all the binders, that's what I
Yeah.
wanted, yep.
And I started in the top drawer. I thought I'd.
And you made
top
it
drawer.
through one,
I got through one
yeah.
drawer,
Boy.
and basically what was in there, and they may all be courtesy copies, I don't know, but Tite and Bond
Yeah.
regarding Sandy Pond Substation Phase 1 initial
Yeah.
site
Yeah.
investigation, going back to 2008.
Mhm.
And then there was a Phase 5 remedy operation status.
Let's not go.
No, yeah, I don't need
Let's-
to know what that
let's
is.
just-
Anyway, I have inventoried the first
That's fine.
drawer.
Whenever, you know what, honestly, as I just wanted to see, you know, if you want to take it on an hour a week, it's not a priority for me.
Yeah.
Just so long as you touch it when you have some free time. I know free time, the word is fleeting and it's subjective, what is
Yeah.
free time,
Mhm.
but,
But, you know, I did get through.
That's good.
I have gotten
Thank
through
you.
the first,
thank you. And I meant to ask you before this meeting, I just haven't had a minute to kind of sit and gather
It's
my
kind of
own thoughts.
interesting. There's also a lot of stuff up there
Well,
about
that's-
the
like-
Guilford Panhandle.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
That
I
stuff's
actually knew
interesting.
that.
Yes, it
Dead
is.
Sea Scrolls.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So future meetings, right now,
I do have, before
Yeah,
you,
please.
yes, miscellaneous, if I can bring
Yeah.
it up.
absolutely.
We have talked at various times about the tobacco regs,
Yes.
and we said we wanted to see what was going to go on in the state, etc. I'm read in the paper, and not that you know what I said, but let's wait and see what the state does before we change anything. However, I did read last week. It was the town of Tingsboro, I believe, that just
Yes.
changed their regs. Jane, it was in the Lowell Sun on the 19th, and it
Yeah.
said they had first put them into effective 2007. I think that's around the time we adopted them here, and that they were updating several things on them. They just had, they must have had a public hearing, I'm assuming. So I wonder if we could just get a copy
Sure.
of theirs. They,
Jane, could you reach out to the
Sure.
Town of Tingsboro Board of Health?
and
Didn't
you might be
they,
able to even get them off their
If
website.
they're on their website, yeah.
And they're still talking in the state about maybe making some state changes, but you know, this is an election
Didn't
year.
Tingsboro up the age for, all these bubblegum flavors and
That
stuff
I'm not
to
sure. It
18?
didn't say that,
I would be fully in support of doing that at any time.
but it talked
But-
about packaging and
Yeah.
e-cigarettes and
Yeah.
getting kids
That's good.
in, and it talked about wraps
Sure.
that you get and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I would just like to be
I'd like to look at it,
prepared,
too.
so if we could get a
Sure.
copy of theirs,
We
because,
can.
and again, it's an election year and a lot depends, if a rep or a state senator has
You said it.
somebody running against
Something
him,
in the
it could
game.
change things
Sure.
otherwise, but
Okay.
I thought it's
I
been
think
in
that's
the,
good.
it's been in the news a
Yeah.
lot,
You
so
might
I
be able to
just
get it
would.
off of the website, Jane. If it's not updated, call the,
Yeah, I
it
I
would
did
have an
see
effective-
the
Yeah.
article about Tingsboro, yeah.
I heard about it, I just didn't read it.
And
Yeah.
some places are even doing the vapors, and some people are using that to get off
Right.
cigarettes,
I know,
so.
that's where I struggle. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I know
so,
it's abused. I know it's all abused. We abuse everything.
but I just thought, well,
Sure.
if we could get a
Yeah, no,
copy
that's
and
great.
follow through and look to see what they're doing,
Okay.
and then.
I don't see that as a problem at all. So
It'd
let
be
me,
good to look at.
let me share with you just a little bit. Our next meeting is February 8th, and I will be literally getting off a plane like the day before that. And so I'm all for having a meeting that day. But Mary, as clerk, do you think that you could help arrange a packet? Because I'll be in Dallas the entire week beforehand.
Well,
We don't really have anything.
Well,
like
right,
an
well, you
agenda.
never know.
Right.
We
right.
never know
Yeah, you
what's
never know
gonna
what will
come
come
up,
up.
but
Right.
I think we can do,
Sure.
we'll have the update of
Yep.
this meeting.
Yep.
We have pretty much a general
Yep.
thing
So
here.
Jane, when you draft an agenda for the February 8th meeting, you're welcome to send it to me.
Okay.
I may not have a moment to look at it, but
Okay.
just have Mary, you'll bless it if you don't mind as clerk. Okay.
I mean, we've pretty much, that's the good thing now, is
Our
we've
meeting
adopted
agendas are
pretty much
fairly-
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah, materials, there's not gonna be any kind of meeting update at the next meeting, so we have call to order, health inspection materials. If you wanna have a follow-up discussion on the comments you gave for the zoning bylaw, we
Oh,
can have that in
sure.
minutes. And
Yep.
then
Yeah.
if anything comes in between now and then, we can
And then,
add
like I
it
say,
in.
you never know what's
Exactly.
coming in.
Okay,
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I'll be back in full form. I will literally
Gotcha.
be available, I just won't
Yeah,
necessarily be available
yeah,
to
yeah.
organize
Now-
a meeting agenda.
Yeah, I gotcha.
When do we have to have the draft in for the town report?
Oh, I just haven't made our edits yet, but I'll turn them into Cindy, I think it's the end of February.
The only thing I thought of, and I usually don't care if my name is there, but on the executive board, since Jim put my name
yeah.
forward to be elected,
Yep.
I'd like to have that in
Yep.
because I'm on
A
that.
board I'm gonna actually, it does say a board member serves on the executive board, but I can
But
actually
it's
point your name in.
actually an elected.
Yeah. Sure. As an elected member of the executive board. Sure.
Thank
I will
you.
do
Yeah,
that.
that's a good change.
Yep,
That's good.
absolutely.
But I think we had pretty much made the.
We did. I just have to implement them and
changes.
change on. I'm gonna bump up the Vitasoy thing, document the
Yeah,
number of meetings we
yeah,
had.
yeah.
I think we all agree.
Yeah,
I was trying to be
yeah.
a minimalist in a
Yeah.
space,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, and I will. I'll take care of that. Okay.
Now, how are we, if I might ask, since this is under future and we.
Sure.
How are we with the trash haulers?
Yeah, I was wondering that
Thank
too. Yeah, yeah.
I haven't signed any new permits since our last meeting. So have you been able to get on the phone with any of them? Or have
Yeah.
we heard back from some
Yeah.
more? Oh, good, because we gave them the option of filing an application or documenting to us that we haven't.
Yeah, telling
That
us
they
they
weren't
don't
operating.
operate in
Yeah.
town.
Right.
Well, Crescio sent in Crescio's, I think there's.
Yeah, I just,
stuff
all
is
I
in
want to
there.
know is how
Okay.
many have said otherwise.
Crescio sent in an incomplete
Yeah,
thing, and I've been on the phone with
Okay,
them
yeah.
and emailed them and sent them a letter. I haven't gotten the stuff,
Yeah.
but they
Okay.
said they're working on it.
yeah,
I
okay.
should have pulled out in front of them.
Yeah.
Today I waited while
Yeah,
they
you
passed me.
Pellegrino called today and said they do not operate in this area. I asked the woman to send something in writing,
That's
and
awesome.
she said she would.
Great.
Alright.
I got a return packet back from Empire.
Yeah, I see that.
I believe they may be out of business or something.
Okay, yeah.
Because I checked the address, it's the same address,
Yeah,
the-
it's unable to forward. Okay,
yeah.
Hmm.
fine.
And I called and it's the same phone number and, you know.
It might be
it's-
out of business.
Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is, but.
Remember, she pulled some of these names from a regional list as well, not
Oh, no,
companies
but
that
we
had
used to see,
seen.
we saw them
Yeah,
around
yeah.
here. That's
They
why
may-
we
they
They've
asked.
might-
been bought out by someone.
They could have been.
That could be.
Waste
yeah.
management.
Yeah.
by
There,
law.
it's a
Yeah.
volatile, it's a
Yeah.
volatile. site.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
So you got,
anyway,
okay.
And
So,
I haven't heard from anybody else, and I will be following up now with calls.
I would.
Yeah,
That way at least we get an answer either way, even if it's verbally to you.
yeah.
And then you can say, can you please send something in so we have it? That
On
way we
record.
won't keep bothering you.
Mhm.
I know some of them you pulled from a regional list, so we're kind of picking on companies that we may or may not know, but
Exactly.
I think at least the list
Yeah.
that Mary had started with were companies that she had physically seen in town, so. I know some of them, we kind of did a big broad stroke on some, but, okay.
It doesn't seem like that much of a burden to just send a quick email.
I
saying,
know.
I
You
don't
wouldn't-
operate in town. You know, so.
I know. All right.
No.
Anything else? Pam, do you have anything? Are you good?
I don't, I'm good. I was just
Okay.
I was curious
Mary?
about the trash haulers, but Mary
Got
got right on it. Yep.
Well, I was thinking, here we are, we're almost at the end of January, and they were supposed to have their stickers
Yeah.
on.
January. Yep. So we have 9 permitted,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
one more will be permitted.
and 1 more will be
Yep.
permitted with this
So-
application, so that'll be
now,
10.
while you're gone, and if this comes in,
Mary can sign it.
Mary can sign.
Sure, Pam. Whoever's available can sign it. I don't
Okay.
have any.
All right.
Mary's clerk, so I mean, I would yield to
Okay.
Mary just as clerkedness, her clerkedness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put her on.
And the mail, yeah, that's fine. Yep,
Okay.
good with that. All right. Anything else, folks?
Was there anything else did they ever pick up that, whatever that construction stuff was up there?
I looked the other day, the bank sale auction was in last week.
Oh.
So, yeah, in the classifieds of last week's paper. When I've gone by it almost looks to me like it's kind of just deflated.
Yeah.
The thing is still there, that kind of soft-sided container, but it's, I don't know, just kind of.
Composting.
I know. I don't want to go any closer to look at it. I'm not sure what's going on in there, but
Right. Yeah, I haven't had any other update from, as you know, it's challenging. with-
yeah, it's technically still there, but it's not. Doesn't appear to be overflowing. It appears to be sinking, if anything.
Okay.
All right.
Ashes to ashes, dust.
Yeah.
Does anybody
Might be
want
scary.
to?
So nothing else, so
Nothing else.
we're up to
You
date
guys
on
are- I think
everything.
Anything I have an update on?
Was there anything else we were looking into? No, I think we were zeroing
I think we're
in on
pretty
the
much-
trash haulers and,
Zeroing in on that,
Yeah.
Nope. We talked about, your executive, at the last meeting, you
Yeah,
gave us that
yeah.
update.
yeah,
I don't have anything more. Trash hauler update, the zoning bylaw, we talked about at the last meeting where you
Yeah.
guys agreed to go, so.
Yeah.
so
And the
we're-
RAB meeting, that was the only things I had for follow-up to this meeting, so.
That's,
Did we,
that's all I have.
ever,
on
I
that.
just thought of it when you said follow-up, ever hear any more from that young man that was going to put in the septic? No.
Nothing. I wonder, I mean, I know.
And
he
now
said he
it's
was having
winter,
some
so
surgery,
yeah,
too.
it's winter
So-
time,
Yeah.
so
No.
maybe he's put it off until
Yeah,
the spring.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
nothing more.
Groundswell.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
all right then, if there's nothing else, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:20.
I will second that.
A motion has been made and seconded to adjourn at 6:20. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Motion to adjourn.